If young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Hey, gang.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Yeah. Y'all already know we on this one, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bitch! I do wish this didn't come off like a L'Oreal, you know, mascara commercial, but still. It sounds like it's going for that euphoric feeling, and it's doing an okay job at it. I mean, it also feels a little bit like Kid A, you know? Just because it's got that same sort of chilling, minimal, electronic kind of feeling to it, you know? It feels like it evokes strange but very certain emotions. This is one of the most emotionally impactful songs here. Infatuation, of course, meaning an intense but short-lived passion or admiration for something or someone, which I honestly would say feels like they're looking for their best self, which just makes this song feel so crushing with these calls of, I want to know. Just, oh, like little details like this little bassy outro. Just, oh my god, they just hit you in the gut. This is one of the most powerful emotional tracks here. I'd give it a smiley ball. Really grew on me as the full experience went across, as it starts off very subtle, but all of a sudden it starts growing into an uncontrollable beast before it kind of dies out a little bit. Yeah, the issues I had with the flow of this album don't really feel like a factor right now because I'm just loving the experience. These tracks are incredible, and I feel like I could just expect an amazing song with every song that keeps passing by. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Next song, Not Okay. So the song Not Okay has this sample that sounds very, you know, oh my god, it's like a party, but all of a sudden, the song's called Not Okay. There's something about this that feels wrong. Like you think back to Faceshopping with how fucked up it felt. It feels like after a song like Infatuation with the longing, like just the feeling of longing to need something. This following up, especially since it transitions directly from that track, does not feel okay. It feels fucked up, like something's wrong. Especially with these loud bass hits, my god. But still, why am I crying in the club right now? I mean, not only does this song work extremely well with the album, I don't feel like it just literally is good because of that. I feel like the track stands out on its own. Smiley Ball, I like it. It's a subtle piece here, but considering that it's one of the 9 tracks here, it's taking up a track slot. I think it makes sense a lot with the actual album feeling right now, I'm going to be honest with you, more conceptual than I ever gave it credit for. There's something about this song that just feels wrong. But also, it makes perfect sense because there's a lot of moments in this album that feel wrong. Like they don't know really what they want to be, but that's what it's expressing. I love it. Next song, Pretending, which, by the way, speaking of, come on. All right, Pretending. Oh my god, oh my. Dude, this album's so much better than I remember. I feel like I gave this a really, like, surface level listen, but there is so much to collect out of this with just following along with the lyrics and trying to, like, decipher what's going on. It actually is extremely cohesive emotionally. Like, I am actually so in love with this shit. I've given every song a heart so far. Like, wow, this album's really fucking good. Like, this dark ambience just feels so appropriate after such a strange moment like Not Okay. It's pretending, it's like, it's, you know, just things aren't real. But not only does it make sense, like, from a conceptual point, but the sound is amazing as well, which is one of those hard things to strike a balance between, you know, extreme talent, heavy emotions, and a story to tell. Pretending works a lot more as an artistic piece rather than a song on its own, as I feel like it being the longest song up to this point does make sense. You know, it's supposed to be just a desolate landscape of just nothingness, right? It's Smiley Ball, but it's my least favorite song so far. Why? Because it could have gotten that across by being, at the same time being shorter. But I still think that it gets the point across, and even saying that feels kind of wrong considering knowing why it's the length it is. It's because it's supposed to show that, like, it's just so empty, and it just kind of exists in this state of pretend, and there's just something weirdly, I guess, so stripped back it feels like single-cell organism type music. I think that the very loud, screechy vocals were kind of obnoxious, but also, I don't know, everything kind of makes sense conceptually. Not super in love with the track, but it works. Next song, Immaterial.
I was just a lonely girl in the eyes of my inner child. My heart, I don't have to explain, just leave me alone.
You know what's also funny? I heard this album before I actually ever listened to hyperpop. I feel like Sophie is one of the innovators of that style. So it's funny kind of coming back to this with that frame of reference and being like, you know what? This shit is not that weird now that I've, like, listened to all the, like, a shitload of hyperpop. Immaterial follows the central theme of this album about kind of changing yourself to feel better about yourself, or changing who you are to fit in, or just in general being able to shift your form. I like this track. It feels like the end credit song to this album. I'd give it a Smiley Ball. I think it works extremely effectively after pretending to just have something like this brighten up the mood, where I feel like when I first heard this album, I didn't fucking get it. Here, it's a motherfucking banger, you know what I'm saying? It's a classic. It's almost like this cheery song that doesn't feel nearly as dark as something like Not Okay. But at the same time, because it's carrying that same theme, it's kind of just like, you know, putting a cap on everything, making everything kind of make sense here at the end. Before we get to the huge final track here, which is Whole New World, Pretend World.
What's up, guys? It's Bradley here. I'm done making good videos, okay? I'm depressed. I gotta get back to making content that requires moving on from this video. So, last song here ain't got no fancy edits, alright? Sorry to scare you.
Whole new world. Whole new world.
I'll also make a mention, if I didn't say this before, Cecile being the main voice for this album feels exactly like it makes perfect sense for what Sophie's trying to say with this project of being able to change who you are, change your face. Cecile, in a way, it's kind of like living through Sophie. Like she is the voice of Sophie in a weird way. Something about this connection and symmetry that they have that just makes this thing just feel so much deeper than on the surface. Feels like a strange marching anthem. Like this is like whole new world, like a construction of a new world as it's going across. This verse here by Sophie, visions in my head, visions of you and me, we're in love, ecstasy, feelings in my skin, talking about just wanting to escape and basically leave to a whole new world. And considering the second half of this is called Pretend World, I imagine that that's, once again, I mean, this whole album is kind of about that, a pretend world. Also, the production, holy shit, the production's insane. It's mind-blowing. Like, it's so absurd, but yet it sounds like nothing I've ever heard before, but like in just this super interesting, unique, still very catchy way. Oh my god. This is possibly the loudest song on the album. Oh my god, it is really determined on reaching this whole new world, dude. My fucking ears burn. But you know what? Unlike Tally Hall, that's a good thing here, okay? Hey. So if this has already become Pretend World at this point, I'm going to imagine that this world is no longer this great whole new world. Alright, sounds really fucked up. Yeah, that outro was kind of amazing. I'm going to read the lyrics to you guys because I feel like they kind of make a lot of sense with where this song was coming from in the very beginning, talking about wanting to leave with someone and make a whole new world with them. The lyrics are, I feel so cold, is this the way I feel all along? You were just faking, or was it all me? I could suffer, tried to resist myself, I pretended for you, was acting out this pretend fulfilling. It was just pretend, but it's so real for me. You were just pretending. You don't make me feel loved. You were making feelings. You made me up. Were we just pretending? Basically, this uncertainty and this trying to create a new world, pretty much that new world just kind of crumbles right before your eyes as the song just deconstructs and falls apart in this really amazing way. Feels extremely artistic. This album's fucking brilliant. Like, I liked this when I first heard this. I was like, this is pretty cool. Didn't really understand it. Had some nice moments. This actually feels extremely cohesive. Even the moment here, like Pretending, which was just an ambient moment, which, by the way, still had incredible production, feels like it adds to this story. Every one of these songs feels like they make sense in this project. It's a fucking amazing album. I'm really impressed with this. Smiley Ball to A Whole New World. Really happy with that. Yeah, that is The Pearl. The Oil of Every Pearl's on Insides. Which the title makes a lot more sense now, knowing that this entire album is about faking and putting on a fake persona. Also, Sophie kind of looking like a Barbie doll here with looking like she has a plastic arm. Damn. This is way more powerful than I remember. Wow. Well, this album clicked with me. I love it. I already know what I'm going to give it. I'm not even going to add up the score because I already know what the score is, and Tina's calling me. It's a 9-. Freaking amazing project. All right, guys, I got to go. The missus is calling, so love you. One sec, baby. I'm doing a video outro.